Did you know that every 2.5 minutes somebody in America is sexually abused? 56% of sexual abuse cases go unreported. This part 2 is going to be all about rape. There are many forms of sexual abuse, and so in this particular video, I'm going to talk strictly about rape. First of all, I want to say that obviously there are people that know, that rape is when, a man rapes or has sex with a woman without her consent, or vice versa. Normally it's, a man against a woman, but a woman is capable of raping a man as well. Some people don't believe that. Some people won't believe that. Some people don't know that. But it is possible for a woman to rape a man. There are also a lot of people that don't realize that you could be in a relationship with somebody and that person can rape you. Being in a relationship with somebody does not obligate you to have sex with them. I'm going to state a few things or a few definitions of rape. Saying no, but the person not listening. Someone saying, if you loved me, you'd have sex with me. If you loved me, you would make love to me. If you really cared about me, you would do this for me. Taking advantage of somebody that's intoxicated, whether it's drugs, alcohol, even psychologically intoxicated, such as in a very vulnerable mental state. Strictly just taking advantage of whatever vulnerability they may have, whether it be medicinal or not. Manipulating somebody into having sex. Now, this one is the touchy one. It's the one that it kind of happens over time. You could be with somebody that maybe you're dating or just getting to know, and, each time they get closer and closer, they are, convincing you more and more that, yes, you do want to have sex with them. Technically, that is a form of rape. If you're having sex with somebody and you say stop and they don't, they have began to rape you. When you say stop, that means stop. That doesn't mean keep going until they get off. That doesn't mean that, you said that it was okay, so, I'm going to keep going. No. If you say stop and they don't stop, they are now raping you. Most rape victims believe that it is their fault. The following reasons: wrong place at the wrong time, drinking too much, doing too many drugs. They asked for it, such as, they went to a frat party or they dressed scandalously, that kind of thing. They feel obligated back into the relationship one. Or that they originally did say yes, and then they decided that no, this isn't really what they want. You are never to blame if you are raped. You are always the victim of rape. There is no reason for you to hate yourself or to blame yourself if somebody rapes you. The song that I wrote and performed for you in part 1 had to do with what I went through. I was raped by my boyfriend. We were together, and he basically said, if you loved me, you'll make love to me. I was a virgin at the time. I wanted to wait until I knew that I was in love, but I didn't want this one to get away. I was the type of girl that nobody wanted to be seen with. I was the type of girl that never really got the boyfriend, never really had the close friends or got into any of the cliques. This man was gorgeous. He was the epitome of everything that I was looking for in a man physically. And for him to show even an ounce of interest in me just elated me to a point where I would listen to anything he said. I would hang on his every word. I felt that if I didn't have sex with him, that I would lose him, that he wouldn't want me anymore, that he wouldn't love me. Over the course of 3 weeks, he tried continuously and never gave up. He was very persistent about it. Finally, one night, he had gotten out of the shower and he just had his towel on, and we started messing around, and I said no. He didn't want to listen. That was the only time I said it. And I wasn't sure if he heard me. On the way back from our vacation, he wanted nothing to do with me. He wouldn't look at me. He wouldn't let me touch him. He basically just kind of wrote me off. If I didn't do exactly what he wanted me to do, he would become verbally or physically abusive to me. It was to a point where I was fearing for myself, for my life, for my friends. And so I broke it off with him, even though I didn't want to. I still didn't believe that he had raped me. I still didn't believe that he had taken advantage of me. I believe that I put myself in that position, that it's what you're supposed to do when you're in a relationship. It's something that is expected of you. Every year I wrote about what happened. Every year I started remembering more of what happened. I remembered that he was holding my hands down. I remembered that he told me to shut the fuck up. I remember that when I got one of my hands away and tried scratching his back, that he told me not to fucking touch him, you stupid bitch. I remembered all of this, and I remembered how painful it was. And it was then that I realized that it wasn't my fault, and that I was very much taken advantage of. And it was only then that I was able to write the song. And so I'm hoping that through this video and through the ones to come and through my song, that I'll be able to reach other people who have been in similar situations. Because you're never to blame.